For companies that create products, the voice of the customer is critical in helping to launch thoughtful, meaningful, and ever-useful products. The product manager must listen to the customer's needs and pain points and connect the dots in a way to develop a solution. The product manager takes his notes and formalizes them into a requirements document. The requirements doc is then used to communicate the goals of the project in a clear and concise way to ensure all stakeholders are in alignment with everyone's expectations. Included in the requirements doc is a process diagram outlining the use cases. Use cases are stories of how a system and its actors will be utilized to achieve a specific goal. An effective use case should provide a detailed, step-by-step description of how the system will be used to achieve the planned outcome. Lastly, the wireframes. This helps to communicate what the experience will be like and how the use cases will be delivered into a usable system. The product manager then circles back to the customer and discusses the wireframes to get their feedback on the proposed solution. He asks, "Mr. Customer, if I were to build this, would it add value to your business?" This confirmation gives him the confidence that he's on the right track to meet the customer's expectation. With that validation, he engages the architect to start designing the system. Together, they review the use cases, the requirements doc, the test cases, and the wireframes. The architect asks the product manager some clarifying questions because there may be potential edge cases that need to be considered. Once the product manager has been made aware of them, they can now make a decision to either design for the edge cases or accept the potential exposure in order to get to market quickly. Many times, designing for the edge cases results in 50 to 80% more effort given the complexity of the system. At this point, the product manager has the proper insight to make a decision as to which approach to take, what the coinciding risks will be, and create the most logical product roadmap. As we can see, the duo agrees on a game plan. The architect now knows what she has to do. She begins to dive deeper into the requirements and creates an underlying system architecture which ensures the foundation of the application supports the product manager's expectations. She's taking into consideration responsiveness of the application, reliability, application uptime, and how the information will be retrieved and loaded onto the page. She then begins to break apart the work required for the developer in a set of instructions. We call this set of instructions a work item. The work item will guide the developer down the clearest path of delivery. She purposely creates work items that take no longer than 1 day to complete. That way, the developer has the best chance to get it done and the team can iterate quickly and get a win. She begins to assign work to the developer and test engineer. She spends time reviewing the instructions of the work items with the developer and answers any questions they may have. The most important step at this point is to make sure the developer has a complete understanding of what they have to do. It seems for this trio they are good and all is clear. The developer and test engineer begin to code to the specification defined by the architect. The developer should include unit tests, both positive and negative, and should comment the code in the event a new developer has to take on an additional work item related to the one they are already completing. The test engineer then takes the test cases defined by the product manager and architect and automates it by creating a test script. This avoids the need to require manual testing and allows code deployments to occur fast and frequently, setting up the team to be as agile as possible. It also reduces the risk of introducing code that may break the code which had previously worked properly, also referred to as a code regression. The developer checks in their code, and the code reviewer reviews it to confirm they coded the item to the specifications defined by the architect. The code reviewer also confirms the developer has included both positive and negative unit tests and has commented their code. In this case, all looks good. Code approved. The developer and test engineer reunite and observe the code running through a series of automated tests created by the test engineer. This validates the code created by the developer is good and works well as part of the system. It turns out that it is. The release manager joins the test engineer to view the test results. It looks good. The code is ready to be released and available for the customer to begin using it. How does it look, Mr. Customer? Thumbs up is a good thing. Congrats, team!